Welcome back to Fruit Revolution Anime Review episode number 8. This is discussing the 11th episode of the series, which is called Monsters vs. Crazy Guild. That is literally the name of this episode. The episode starts out with Sorichi practicing with the captain's brother. Yes, I'm trying to remember the guy's name here. Because it's I think it's Luis. Yes, Luis. Yeah, Luis Blaze meeting her brother. Yeah. Where basically probably can imagine her brother become a lot stronger, and then we have a brand new character make his debut in the 11th episode, who turns out to be the king's teacher. No, seriously. That's basically the yeah. He's like the only new character we get here. Her name Barnabas. And apparently Luis's brother knows who he is. Sorichi obviously doesn't know who he is. Purely because of the fact he's never met him before. And he's like, "What, you know who he is?" Yep, and of course he introduced himself. Talk about sumo wrestlers. And then after the opening credits, and we have is where it reveals, oh yeah, apparently the king was actually his former student. Yep, and of course they gave him a very special chair to sit in. They chat for a while, of course, basically the king just happy to be there. And then informed by the knights, and of course they wonder whether they were informed by the night. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of boss of monsters heading toward the kingdom via the forest. And of course Boss was wondering, where's the Valkyries? Well, they were sent out on another mission with Dark Paladin. Yep, and of course see them briefly in the episode where they briefly take on like the group of monsters, and of course they're formed. Oh yeah, there's more monsters. Boss of monsters heading to the capital. And of course the guy working for the Demon Lord like, haha, the Valkyries are busy, so we're gonna take this place so easily, not knowing the fact that there's a crazy guild in town. Meanwhile, though, Sorichi himself is on top of the castle, does pretty much, aside from the one magic spell he does in the episode, and learns like one new skill, he practically does nothing this whole episode. I do mean nothing. And then we see the crazy guild and they're basically their ways. We have the guild master basically punching stuff. We have the receptionist, who's also a dominatrix, basically dominating 3 monsters at once. We have 3 guys from the Rose Clan, who are in fact the stand-ins for gay people, where they proceed to punch a monster in his rear end and he dies. I'm like, what the heck is this? Yeah, basically I was like, what in the world? This is like the most bizarre episode I've ever seen. We have a guy carrying a big humongous mace as like the crazy guild, and of course you have a normal person using a slice of swords. And then of course then comes Sorichi's women. First of which is, well, Saria, where she transforms her arm into a gorilla arm. He punches a monster. We have R, where she basically uses a brand new act to slice a monster. We still use kicking monsters. And of course, Arturo, who's the adorable little sister, basically. Of course, Sorichi is basically big brother Sorichi. Because promise me to survive over there, and I promise basically if I kill a lot of monsters, you give me a pat in the head. Because of course she's going to spoil her. And yeah, after all these monsters defeated, more monsters are coming. These one green level disaster monsters, one of whom look like a freaking Hydra. And that's it. And of course, the joke at the end of the episode, we have all 4 girls in the bath together. We have the little girl, we have the cat ninja where she's swimming, and like, don't swim in the bath. It's just so hilarious. And I'll comment, wait, so Richie did nothing in this episode, yes. And one thing I got pointed out with the series, a lot of the stuff in the series is done way over the top. Yes. Now, this actually is the first episode of this entire series where I've never the source material that was probably used for this episode, which is probably getting toward the very end of book 4. I, of course, did not finish book 4 yet because there's no full translation of the damn book for some reason. Because, like I said in previous videos, first two books, got those no problem. Third book, same website, I read the book 4, got the no problem. Book 4, only read the first 5 chapters. And that was it. That's all I read. Mainly because that's all I got translated so far, and I haven't translated anything in about 7 months. As for how in the world I finish reading this book, I don't know. Somebody asking, hey Nick, why don't you just read the manga, which clearly also the episodes too? I like reading light novels. I have nothing against the manga. I might read the manga later. I might go ahead and read it. Oh yeah, and also there's a brief scene at the school where Barcy is in charge of, where apparently these heroes from the world, of course, he's like, oh, well, must be his class. Doesn't tell him that yet. Probably won't tell him until next episode. Yeah, and next week's episode called Before I Know It's the Final Episode. It was final episode. Yeah, that's literally the name of the final episode of the season. Not the series, the season, because they did confirm there's going to be season 2 coming. Yep, pretty fun episode. I enjoyed it. And we got more Monster Battle stuff next week. Well, actually, this coming week anyways. Because this episode was supposed to be recorded on Friday, but because I had to go out of town for camp, though, you probably think, wait, you were out of town, yet you recorded 2 videos. That was because, basically, I had watched it early on and did recordings later on. Yes, though I wasn't able to watch the videos, purely because the place I was at had no Wi-Fi. That was simply the reason for it. Yep, so yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for Stick Love You. Stay tuned. Next video is going to be Case Closed. Okay, next video. Bye.